Hello, and thanks for joining us for this Noteworks video tutorial. In this video, we'll show you how to upload multiple loans at once from an Excel spreadsheet using our very convenient and easy to use bulk upload feature. Now, before we get started with the bulk upload, there's just a couple of steps you have to take to prepare first. So, the first one is to prep your spreadsheet. To do that, and I'll show you an example I have of a demo spreadsheet here, you're going to want to make sure that the spreadsheet that you're uploading only contains one worksheet. Now, as you can see down here at the bottom, I only have one sheet open on this workbook. So if you have other tabs like these down at the bottom of your Excel window, you're going to want to make sure that the only spreadsheet that's here is the one that contains the loans you want to upload. So now that you've got your worksheet that only contains one sheet on it, you're also going to want to ensure that all the investors that your loans on this spreadsheet belong to are entered as investors in Noteworks. So as you can see, I have a column in my spreadsheet here titled Investor, and these are just a couple of funds for demo purposes that I've come up with here. You can see I have two funds, the Alpha Fund and the Beta Fund. So I'm going to have to make sure that these couple of funds are also entered in Noteworks before I upload anything. So if I go to my Investors tab in Settings, you can see that I have indeed entered as investors my Alpha Fund and my Beta Fund. So if you try to upload any loans that belong to investors in this spreadsheet, investors that aren't listed in your Investors tab in Noteworks, the upload will not work correctly. So you need to make sure that these match up with the investors in your spreadsheet. So once you've taken care of that, you're ready to start the bulk upload process. So to do that, head to the New Loan tab at the top of the page. Once you're there, locate the blue bulk upload button on the top right of the page, and that will take you to our bulk upload step-by-step process. Now, all of these steps contain instructions to walk you through this if you're doing this on your own, but in the video we'll show you how to as well. So the first step is to select the lien position and the loss mitigation status of all the loans in the spreadsheet you're about to upload. So the first part of that is to choose the lien position. So all the loans in the spreadsheet you want to import have to be the same lien position, first or second. So if you've got a spreadsheet containing firsts and seconds, you're going to have to parse that out into two separate spreadsheets before proceeding with the bulk upload. So I'm going to upload a spreadsheet that contains firsts, so I've got that selected. And next I want to select the loss mitigation status of the loans in my spreadsheet. Now, you don't have to do this in this step. You have the option, if you click the second button from the options here, to go in after you've uploaded your loans and edit the loss mitigation status and substatuses later. This is what you'll want to do if you're going to upload a spreadsheet that contains loans of multiple statuses. Let's say your spreadsheet has files that are performing, non-performing, ones in foreclosure, ones that are deed in lieu, or maybe REOs. So if you've got a variety of statuses and you don't want to upload them all separately, then you can just go ahead and click No. I will manually edit their statuses or substatuses later. The spreadsheet that I'm going to upload happens to be all non-performing, so I'm going to stick with the option that's set by default here. All the loans I'm about to upload will share the following status, which is non-performing. So once you've figured out this section, click Next, and that will take you to the second step. So in this step, you're going to find the spreadsheet of loans that you want to upload into Noteworks on your hard drive. So I've got the demo tape I was showing you right here. I'm going to double click that and then click Next to proceed to the third step. So here you can see the contents of the spreadsheet you just chose. In this step though, before you upload everything, you're going to have to exclude any rows that appear here that do not contain actual loan data. So this is to make sure that every row that isn't actually a loan doesn't get entered as a loan in NoteWorks. So as you can see at the top, for example, I have a row that just contains column headers, basically describing what each column of data is. For example, you can see the borrower name is one column, the city and the state for the property are other columns. So I don't want to upload this as a loan, obviously, so I'm going to check this row. And if you have any other rows in your spreadsheet that are like this, that are just extraneous data and are not actually loans or other kinds of files, REOs, you're going to want to check those rows to make sure that they do not get imported as loans. So once you've figured that out, click Next at the bottom of the page to proceed to the fourth step. So in this fourth step, you're going to want to match up all your columns of loan data with different fields in NoteWorks to make sure that all your data floods into the appropriate locations in your database. So as you can see at the top of my spreadsheet here, I have the row that I just excluded, which will not get entered as a loan, but it will appear here, so I have a point of reference for what all these columns of data actually are, what fields these data correspond to. So to start matching up these data with fields in NoteWorks, I'm simply going to type in what field the data belongs to in the text entry box at the top of each column. So as you can see here, I have, again, from my reference, this is the loan number column. So it's really as simple as just typing loan number and second column I have here is investor. And you can see I've got a couple more here. Acquired date, borrower last name and first name. And if you have your borrower names consolidated into one column where it's just their full name, you can type that in as well. We give you that option as a field. Next, I've got some fields corresponding to the property address, so I'll just type those in. Property city, property state, and I will scroll down a bit here. Property zip code. Now the loss mitigation status I'm not going to actually enter anything for, because again we selected in the beginning the option to import all these files as non-performing already. So if you have a column in your spreadsheet that corresponds to loss mitigation status, do not input any field in these text entry boxes for it. Anything left blank will simply not be uploaded. The entire column for that blank text box will not be uploaded. Finally, I've got some principal balances here, the original and unpaid principal balances. The interest rate type, and finally the monthly payment, P&I. So with that, I'm set. One thing to mention here, again, and this is stated in our user manual for NoteWorks version 2, loan number and investor are required fields. If you don't have these selected as fields from these drop-downs, then your loans will not be uploaded in the bulk upload process. And again, just to reiterate, you have to make sure that all the investors listed in this column are actually already existent in your investors tab. So again, I already have alpha and beta fund entered as investors here, so I'm good to go. Once you're done, click next. You'll receive a confirmation page asking you to review your files before you upload them. So everything looks good here. So I'm going to click finish, and with that, all my loans will be uploaded. You'll receive a message when you're done saying that all loans have been inserted successfully, and that's it. So we hope that this video has been helpful for you. Again, if you have any questions about this process, feel free to refer to the user manual, which offers additional instructions, or write in to us or call us at our phone number or email. We'll be happy to help. Thanks again for watching, and we hope you enjoy NoteWorks.